Alright. You'll go outside, walk around to the front of the keep, which, similar to your little entrance, there's an area on the side of the mountain where it is flattened-ish. Flattened to a degree, but you can kind of, there is a little bit of artistry to it. Subtle pillar-like designs, little areas where you imagine maybe little windows could be opened from the inside, stuff like that. And the actual front entrance itself is quite visible. Again, it's stone entryway, but you can see the kind of indents in the stone where the doorway is, double doorway is quite clearly. Anything you'll want to do while you're kind of waiting outside? On that little flat bit I mentioned before.
I would like to look, just see what I could see, like maybe on the horizon or whatever, to see if there's a good place to build a raft, to gather wood and build a raft.
Yeah, that's a survival.
Okay.
Then tell me what you get, because I'm not looking.
I said
23.
that's a good use of time. That's efficient.
Yeah. There's not the hugest amount of forest around, but there is a little pocket right by the river that you could easily make a raft out of the wood there and things like that. No problem. You kind of plan that in.
I would point it out.
Yeah.
I would point it out to them and I would be like, that's where we're going when we leave here to build a raft.
Excellente.
Nice.
Nice. When do you want to start knocking at the front gate? I suppose.
So, just to make it clear, what's the plan? We want their food stuff, that thing that grows in caves.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have to offer that they don't already have?
We will ask them what they want.
Wouldn't it be better to offer something lest they ask too much?
There is no too much. Right now it is life and death. Everyone you know and love. There is no too much.
Yeah, right.
When are you gonna knock, knock, knock on heaven's door?
He said after an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want to give it like an hour and a half, just in case he had trouble.
I'm happy to do it.
By all means.
Well, we'll all go together.
Okay, fair enough.
You
We've
can lead the negotiations, though.
I'll do my best.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm. Knockety knock, 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 knock.
There's a deep, hollow sound as you knock on the stone entry door. And after a bit of a pause, you do see a little... and a pair of gnomish eyes that kind of shimmer and shine in the dark like cat's eyes look out and then kind of furrow a little bit, and the thing...
We're here to see the wizard.
The door, the little closes again.
Oh no. Knock again.
Go away!
It is impossible. We need your help. Urgently.
Give me a little persuasion roll.
Get in the door. This is gonna go well.
-1. You son of a bitch.
The thing opens again. What do you mean by help?
Recently, we were. This will sound absurd. We were attacked by a dragon and her drove of Minotaur.
You're from the village down the river, right?
Yes, Cornucopia.
We would have heard a dragon.
Well, you didn't hear this dragon then.
The signs of her breath are there. It's pretty undeniable if you send someone out.
The forest and the river, they're all tainted by something.
It's
That's
ruined our
bad.
crops. What
Yes,
was left.
Killed our sheep.
The
killed
fish
many
are
of
beginning.
us.
And the fish are beginning to run out.
So, sir, if you don't mind, we can't go away. We can either die slow and starving, or you can kill us. That's the only way we're going away.
The thing closes.
But
And
we'd
about-
really rather if you didn't kill us.
And after about a minute, you can hear the gears grinding of the mechanism as the gate does slowly open.
Okay.
The entryway to this keep is this actually basically allows you to look into Clear Keep, right? As the doors open, you can see an entryway of kind of flat, smooth stone that opens up into a bit of a natural cavern. It has buildings built into it and dug further and things like that. Little walkways where you can see people moving with sort of wheelbarrows of mined equipment from mines to forges and things like that, which are connected to the occasional smokestack that you could see on the outside of the fort. It actually does appear to be like boxes and barrels of trade goods kind of around the entrance in a little store area. But right there is two guard gnomes, actually in pretty heavy armor, like shields and heavy maces and things. The one who you seem to have been talking with has a sort of reddish beard. And just you could tell it's him because his eyes are just concerned. The other guard is silent, but cold-faced, probably not agreeing with opening the gates to you.
I hand over my spear and all of my other weapons as soon as I get inside.
Well,
And
Lara will
10.
do the same. Yeah, except for she'll keep her daggers hidden under,
Can you give me a sleight of hand check for that?
even if they're
Smuggling.
already hidden.
Well, that's how well hidden they are.
Okay. $19.
Okay.
Rachel hand over his mace as well. Richter.
You wish.
My brain! Torrin will hand over his mace as well.
He's used all his brain up.
Are they
He's
paying
out.
any? Are they paying any
Dun, dun, dun,
attention
dun,
to Amaryllis, or are they focusing on something else?
Yes.
Okay. Then she will slowly take out the short bow and daggers that she has like hidden somewhere.
All of these things are put on a stone table near the entrance. And the guard that let you in kind of shakes his head and like, that's, I'm sorry for your losses. I don't know how much help we can offer, but we'll have to check and ask and see what we can do.
Thank
Have
you very
ideas?
much.
You have ideas?
Yeah.
Please, out
It
with it.
feels as though whoever would make these negotiations ought to be present while we discuss them.
Yes, right, yes. He kind of like steps away a little bit, nearer the stairwell that kind of goes further into the keep. You can actually see Gale, like a little bit a ways away inside the keep. He's like sitting on a box, eating an apple, watching, not so subtly, what's going on. And he kind of talks to some other people.
I will fall to the back of the pack and face him and do the crossbow thing. Walking backwards and then turn around and follow.
You try to follow this guy's like, no, wait here. We'll sort everything out.
By all means.
And then, to those who haven't heard much Gnomish, conversations in Gnomish sound too impossibly fast to ever understand. It's a very quick, fluid language, as the gnomes kind of talk to each other. You almost think, how possibly could they be actually describing things and getting over concepts in such quick bursts of information?
I'm annoyed with myself. I literally prepared comprehend languages specifically for this, but I forgot of the hour we were waiting at the gate to cast it.
How very
I can
like.
I can speak Gnomish, but I
Actually,
won't let
wait,
them know that yet.
Yeah, Lara's going to pretend she doesn't know it either.
I don't need to cast it as a ritual. I will just cast it as a.
I don't know it.
How long does comprehend languages last? An hour. That's good.
An hour.
You're sort of standing there waiting for like 7 minutes exactly.
I like that. 7 minutes. Decision made.
Roll a die.
Uh,
This many minutes.
And in a little area you are, it's like a little square, sort of drop-in area. And below that is a walkway, stairs to a walkway that leads to almost all the other places. It's like a main road. Some way off to the left, there appears to be quite a large bell. When you snuck around this place before, that always looked very impressive. Most likely lots of fancy things in there. That's where the lawmakers and the rulers are, and people living as well. And from that way comes a gnome and 2 more guard gnomes. This gnome is a little shorter than the rest, quite elderly, with a sort of greasy dark hair and very pointed eyes, wearing a chainmail with a dark shawl over top. And in Gnomish, the conversation to this guard is like, "Guard Uther, why would you waste our time on something like this?" Well, they're hurt. They need help. They've had horrible losses. Like, we should not concern ourselves with the losses that these humans have had. They're humans. They'll have more young. They'll be fine. They're not even native to this place anyway. They're probably more like a plague than whatever this dragon they spoke of is. And then kind of walks up the stairs, and in common, "My greatest greetings to all of you. I am Warlair of Clearkeep. I heard that you've had quite
Valar
the
will curtsy
tragedies."
while he's talking.
Is it just you present at these negotiations?
Oh, yes. The technocrat should not bother themselves with such pleasantries. They have more important matters to attend to. The technocrat Shawl is in charge of this whole fortress.
Well, I'm afraid today we do not come with pleasantries. We come with grief and pain and hunger. And we pray that you can aid some of those.
I do not know what aid we could possibly offer you.
Food.
I'm sure we can offer some spare bowls of stew, but with the winter approaching, we don't have enough that we could possibly share with all the humans in the valley. And
We've heard. I'll look at Torin as I say this. We've heard of something that grows within caves. Perhaps do you have something to help
Spores,
us?
seeds.
Saplings, anything.
Our usual crops for the winter have been corrupted during the attack, and I might note that our usual needs for food are much less after the attack.
this attack of a dragon sounds preposterous, I can assure you. If I had heard of any dragon, I would have told everyone in the fort, and we would have come out and fought it full force.
My lord, with all due respect, it happened.
It
It
heartens
happened,
me.
and it's going to affect you. The poison is spreading. It is killing everything in nature. And it is in your best interest that there is a second cache of this food that you grow.
It does hearten us, however, to hear that the gnomes here would have defended the land and their
Yes.
neighbours had they known of our plight earlier. It goes in keeping with the noble tales that we have heard.
Ollie, just a question. In terms of the direction the dragon would have come from, I'm presuming...
It would be the opposite way. So possible.
Okay.
Dragon roared, dragon flew around.
Okay, fair
They
enough.
do have guards outside the keep, though. You could see them.
And
Yeah.
because of these tales my compatriot speaks of, this is why we come to you bearing no ill will. We knocked on the gate and we asked for help. Because
This great green dragon, it seeks tribute. It found none among the people of Cornucopia. But if they do not live out the winter, it will come for others for tribute next.
She already has the minotaurs. And we're not asking for something for nothing.
I don't know what the crippled humans of Cornucopia could possibly offer the great and mighty Clear Keep.
Well, me? I'm a hunter. You like meat? Here. And she'll pull some of the insect meat out and hand it to him.
The rest of these bodies, do they hunt as well?
Not as well as me, but they'll do.
I possess a talent, I'm told, and a gift for the healing of one's body. Although you and I are of different races, different faiths, or maybe no faith at all, we still have a bond that connects us. This land that we live in and share, this land is fighting now, and we need to help it in any way we can. Unfortunately, we can't do that if we all starve over the winter.
Well, I suppose we should break open an ale for Doran's Steelheart and make some trade. Perhaps there is some things that you can assist us with. You hunt well. Well, there are creatures deep in the caves that might just need hunting. Yes, if you do quite well, then maybe we could sort some food for your very needy people. We'd be very willing to help you in any way we can, if you can provide a suitable payment in return. Yes.
Could I insight or perception this gentleman, looking for iconography that I would either relate to a serpent, or is his attire black? Because
He's wearing a black shawl over chainmail. He's also got greasy black hair, and his eyes are like such a dark brown. They're nearly black.
That's probably what this is then.
What?
Sir, we'll need to send back a first shipment before anything else. We'll be dead before the next babes are born.
Well, first you work, then you're paid. That's how the world works. There is no charity. You will keep. You will work.
I would not
I'm
ask.
afraid in
charity.
that case, sir, we will request payment prior to completion of the work, as we cannot do it in charity. We will have half now and half on the end.
Give me a persuasion check for that one.
Jesus Christ!
You guys gotta let me negotiate.
What did you roll, Neil?
This Roll20 thing's really taking my thunder.
You
I rolled a natural 20. I'm gonna post it in our little.
can post it on the Discord.
I'm putting it
story.
out on a planet. It's really, I'm like hype, and I want everyone else to be like, whoa!
Yeah, I love reacting to it. It's fun. It's sad that we don't get to do it.
He fiddles with
His black snake.
a small pouch that he takes from under his shawl, running some sand. It seems like there's fine kind of white sand in the pouch, and he sort of runs his dry fingers through it. Half now, half later. Could work. But you will be working also. If you run, if you do not honor this agreement being made, then there will be no possible aid that Clearkeep could possibly give to you in the future.
Of course.
Even Malachas would be the least of your fears if you anger the gnomes of Clearkeep. Understand that?
Can I?
We would never.
You have never said
We
Malachas.
never said
by
Malachas. Yeah.
Is that an Ollie error or is that a him?
No.
error?
That's a him error.
Okay.
I could tell by Ollie's
That was a
face.
that was a
Yeah, no, that
nug
was very
dropped for Ian.
intentional.
Yeah.
An Ian nug. if
name.
you
Ian
will.
Nug delivered.
Balara wouldn't pick up on that. Doxy didn't.
Can I like, based on the context he is using it in, can I insight if that is like a worshipful use of the
Yeah.
word, I guess, or
Absolutely.
Ooh, I like it.
Is it said with reverence?
17?
It is said with some reverence. Whether it's worship or respect, or maybe a deal has been formed between them, that's kind of what you would end on. The fact that none of the other gnomes seem to know, but this guy does, kind of makes you think that a deal has been formed. That's what Malachas was asking for beforehand. Perhaps a deal has already been struck between Malachas and this gnome, who's not in charge, but seems to be essentially in charge.
So, you'll
I'm
take
not-
us on good faith. We'll take back the first shipment. We'll come back, we'll do work, and we'll take back the second shipment.
We will have the first shipment delivered. Your village has not been destroyed so much that it has shifted down the hill. It is still exactly where it is. We know we can send food.
That's fine. I wouldn't want your people to be harmed. The creatures in the forest are not what they once were.
They've gone
Yeah.
mad.
Bigger.
Those that aren't dead are mad.
Well, then we'll be sure to send our best warriors down the river.
I request that I escort that shipment.
I graciously accept that request. If you will allow us some time to organize it, there are laws and rules that must be followed in such a case.
Then I shall stay and work.
Yes, the other three shall stay and work.
Amaryllis, you're not bound by the same obligations that we are, but we would appreciate your help if you would provide it once again.
I would not see your people waste away. I will aid you as far as I am able, young Torin.
Thank you.
You have our gratitude.
Gives a yellowed smile and opens his arms and then turns and starts to lead you through and like, the boy will wait there and you three will travel with me. There are creatures in the mines. You can assist on their eradication.
Just before, like, when he starts walking off, Amaryllis, because she normally moves so slowly anyway, it might not even be for anything of, but as just before she leaves, she would just bend down and whisper quietly, "Be careful, young Richter. He knows more than he lets on." And then move off to follow the others.
Valara will look back also and make eye contact to just see what she can see on Richter's face.
I'm watching the little gnome chap walk away, having heard what Amaryllis just said. And then I'll like go to speak to Torin to have him come back, and then I hesitate and say nothing and just stand there.
Trying to give you a nod and then try after this.
On the way, it's almost like a raised stone path, right? The sort of buildings are designed above and below, whereas it seems that he's leading you deeper into the mines. On the way, he stops and talks to someone in Gnomish, but of course two of you understand that. And he says, "We will be giving a gift to the humans of Clearkeep. I'll be overseeing this once I have delivered these to the mines, where they will be working for us. Do not prepare a shipment of cave moss for them, but I would like to oversee it myself personally in my chambers before it is shipped out." I was like, "Oh, yes, of course." This is in Gnomish. I like that. That was very good. And then he's leading you towards, there's a little bit of an area where seemingly ores and things are cleaned before they're processed and then sent off, and in other areas. This is not, and I mentioned this before, the gnomes here are not the steampunk clockwork gnomes you might imagine. But even exist in other parts of Jarviskjir. These are, we work the rock. They're almost a little dwarven. The natural cave moves into an area where it becomes a little tighter, a little more sort of strip miney. And he will say, "You'll wait here. We will be working, clearing out pests and cause serious trouble in our mines. We have to lock areas of it away to not risk the lives of our dear workers." You can hear a constant clang of people mining further down below, and what's in the sort of wheelbarrows is sneezing powder. You got appears to
Sorry.
be gold. It appears to be a gold mine.
My lord, on the way here, we encountered these creatures which we took the meat from. It would be doing you a disservice were we not to rest before heading down for this task. We would not want to offer you anything but our best.
No, you work now. We're feeding your people now. You'll be working now.
Very well.
Have you any first aid that we might take with us?
Clearly, your this son and that Fae are gifted with magic. That the blessings of your gods aid you. This will surely be no trouble to people such as you.
Just know that if you send us to our deaths, you send a whole village to their deaths.
I would not possibly give you such a task if I did not think you were fully capable of completing it, young lady. He's pretty much... It's a bit of both. It's a bit of, oh, they might die down there, but also this is genuinely like 2 birds, 1 stone. He seems more interested in leaving this conversation and seeing to the food. That's definitely... He's trying to leave and do that.
If I might ask one more thing. This corruption, we have no way of combating it. We've never encountered anything such as its kind before. Perhaps the gnomes, in their great wisdom and intelligence, have encountered something of its kind, or are more knowledgeable in the countering of such corruptions.
We do have magics of such things. The magics of ancient morn and muddle. Earth can be cured if such a corruption is true.
Please, sir, if you could tell me a little bit more, it would do good for my fellow villagers to hear hope for the future.
I will have a cleric knowledgeable on such things sent to you right away once you are done with your task. And we'll prepare food and medicines then. Yes, very good. Now, if you don't mind, I have a very important business to attend to.
Yes, thank you once again, my lord.
I curtsy.
A heartfelt thanks from ourselves and all the villages that you've saved.
Yes. You will leave.
Balara claps Torin on the back approvingly, just like, well done.
I don't trust him.
Is there anyone watching us, or are we now alone?
You can feel eyes on you. There's no one currently in this area at the mouth of the mine, but you think in that area where they're kind of processing the ore, someone is watching.
Okay.
Do you think, Torin, I ought to follow him and spy?
He warned us that if we broke this deal, that would be the last. Even if I don't trust him, it doesn't seem like a good idea to burn our one final bridge.
Amaryllis leans down between the two of you and very quietly says, "He mentioned the dragon's name. We did not. Be careful.
He did.
May already be in contact with her."
Amaryllis, you should go find Richter. He could be in danger if he's on his own.
I made Richter aware before we came down. He
Good.
can protect himself.
Good.
I hate that this man has made me worry about Richter Starnick.
Do you not think we have bigger problems right now, Bella?
I don't think there is a bigger problem than madness, but let's move forward.
Okay. You head into the mine, traveling downward. It's quite clear the section that seems to have been warded off. Bella can sort of read the gnomish sign on the wall and follow down that path. Can you all give me perception checks?
Show enough.
Oh, boy, cast light.
A soft
7.
purple light emanates from the crystal at Torin's neck.
Ooh, Miss Windu.
Wait, do we get advantage for having light?
No, if anything, you should have
It's
had
called
disadvantage,
sight.
but it evens out.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I got
I'm
a
greedy.
10.
I'm sorry.
No.
Ian got a 10. Okay. There's a kind of sweet smell down here in the caverns, Torin, and you think it might be some of the sort of bioluminescent mushrooms at first, before that smell kind of lingers a bit longer, and you do very much recognize it as being the smell of the poison when it lingers on the ground. You don't have too long to dwell on that thought as you continue moving through the mines of pillars of rocks. Something lurches out from the darkness. You see quickly, due to the light softly glowing from your necklace. Ba 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 ba. Please roll initiative.
That's beautiful.
Friggin' Zoom. Damn it.
Da-da-da.
So that's going to take some getting used to.
I'm getting used to it now because I've been playing D&D for like 6 hours already today.
My instinct whenever there's a battle map is to use the mouse wheel to scroll down to try and find myself.
That's great. Lovely.
Luckily, my muscle memory was in
Wow.
middle clicking.
Holy
Right.
shit.
Well, at least, okay, come on. At least we get the nat ones out on initiative rather than like the first round of combat.
Hold on,
Somebody's
guys,
gonna die!
Let me
And
roll
it's
my
gonna
initiative.
be me. I would like to point out I haven't healed from the last combat,
I
and
know.
I have no spells.
I'm
I am
aware.
so
Or have
dead.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah, he want us dead.
Yeah. Well, good thing that I've been thinking about a new character.
When are you not, Ian?
True, fair.
Lurching out from the darkness.
Corpse of night.
Do not
Wow.
like having dark vision.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Belle, you stop quickly when you see, illuminated by the light, and some of the bioluminescent mushrooms behind it, a shambling gnomish body. First you think it might be someone injured in the mines or very ill, but that kind of deep greenish poison is weeping from their mouth and their eyes, and several other cuts on their body.
Bella puts her arms out in front of the other two and indicates it. And I'm gonna prepare my sword
If it
to
gets
see
within
what
range,
happens. Yeah. Well, to see what happens. If it comes at me menacingly, yes, it's getting an ass full.
That's how. Yeah, that's how Overwatch is.
Sorry, can you see the light that is being generated by? Because I can't see it, and I'm wondering whether it's me or.
No, it's me.
I can see the light.
You can, of
I
course,
can
you can
see
see the
light.
light.
I can see the
You
light.
can see the light.
Yeah.
You can see the light.
Oh, I can see much more light now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was wondering whether you
Okay.
could see and I couldn't, in which case it would have been me. But
Bioluminescence of the night.
Bella does the mom in the car thing and like puts her arm out in front of them.
It's shambles.
Okay,
But
I
suddenly
guess it's time.
increases in speed, its hands reaching closer, its mouth yawning wide, going in for a bite. But,
Fuck's sake.
what's
I
that?
rolled a 9 on my
9?
shorts.
That's a hit.
Oh, nice.
oh, it's a zombie. Of course, it's got like.
No, it's
And
a
I
gnome
get
with poison coming out of its mouth.
10 damage altogether.
Yeah, it's like you completely strike into it and dislodge the thing from its momentum, so it keeps moving as it would and just kind of runs into the rock mindlessly.
Hang on a minute, did we... I presume they would have given us our weapons back to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought...
Yeah, well,
I
that was an
forgot about
oversight.
Yeah, I
Holy
also forgot about
shit.
that. No, but you did.
Gods.
Amaryllis. A zombified gnomes weeping corruption.
Out come the daggers. Let's see if I can actually hit something.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I mean, out of the things that I might be able to hit, a zombie is quite high on the list. Yeah, I rolled a 14 to hit.
That's a hit.
That's a
You guys
fantastic.
make me happy. I just
That
wanted you to
is
know that.
5 piercing damage.
That's good.
I mean, I suppose I can actually offhand bonus with the other dagger as well, because it's you are able to. I don't have a specific thing for that set up, so
It's
I will
only
have
going
to
to
set
do
this
bab
up.
damage.
That means pooing hole.
Of course, I frigging
Bab
rolled
damage.
I roll on that 20 on the offhanded dagger roll.
It's still going to be 2d4.
2d4.
4.
That's 8 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. The zombie doesn't go down, but you've kind of got it in this trap position there, letting out breathless groans of a hunger. Thorin.
Torrin grasps the glowing symbol at his neck.
He turns
And
the light out for
begins-
everyone.
Peace. And begins chanting a prayer to Eirik. I said it right. Help T.
You don't get a reward for saying it right.
Why not?
You get a punishment for saying it wrong.
And the purple glow emanates, and there's a slight breeze that follows through with the purple glow.
What? What's your spell save DC?
I'm censoring those undead, so I'm checking it for you right now. My spell save DC is a fat old 13, baby.
It doesn't make them move as a reaction, but you do see all of the creatures like stagger back and start moving away. It's going to take place on their turns next, but does succeed.
Yep, cool.
Very good.
And then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, while usually a creature like this would lurch at you, it's just staggered back. Almost like they're all frozen for a brief moment.
Herding slimes now, boys. I've seen Slime Rancher. Actually, no, I want to probably go there, right there.
Bella!
I'm going to be attacking this
The way
big
it
boy.
is. Okay.
Or actually, no, I'm gonna. I'm sorry. I feel like
Sweep behind.
Amaryllis will be able to take care of that one.
That's a
Ugh,
big
but he's
assumption.
next.
Ugh.
I just don't want her to die.
You're gonna be real disappointed in about 5 minutes.
God, right.
I'm gonna go after the one below me.
Okay.
I just want to say, Ollie, that sound you made sounded like the sports car on San Andreas accelerating.
Hell yeah!
Just so you know that.
That's a hit.
And then the sneak attack.
Woo.
7 damage.
Okay.
That sounded like the roll 20 roll noise.
The Foley is on point tonight. Staggered by the purple light of Eirik, the wind, the zombies start to scurry and shift and move away.
And I gonk him
Uh-huh.
as he runs. Do I
I
get
would also.
flanking on that movement?
Yes.
TY. Donk. Thank God I was flanking. Donk.
It's big.
And I get an attack of opportunity there too, right?
If you want to use it, you only have one reaction. You could use it on one of the other ones as well, because they're all going to move.
Nope, I want to make sure that one dies.
Oakley dokley.
That little goober.
Again.
A goob is a type of ghost. That's a hit.
You can't sneak
11
attack,
damage.
unfortunately.
Oh, I can't?
Just once per turn.
Because, well, I suppose you've ended your turn, but you wouldn't be able to do it on your next attack then. So you can do it on that. But you
I mean,
wouldn't-
Well, then I will. Yeah.
It's like anything like reactions and stuff's
Yeah.
reset at the start of a turn. So presumably the sneak attack resets at the start of a turn, and you have already used it this turn.
Okay. All right. Then
Yeah.
That's
only
probably
7.
the easier
Then
way to
only
do it for
7
the
damage.
future. Okay, that
Okay.
zombie doesn't go
Only
down.
7 damage.
The others. Well, let me do a moment. It's gonna keep moving, shambling away. It leaves an arm behind.
And there's one, but I get an opportunity attack on. Whoa!
And
Right.
you get the flank.
I get
right,
the
in
flag.
right in the bootay.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hit. Yeah.
Damage.
Hey,
It is
4
damage.
isn't bad.
Thing like you jam the knife in, and it pulls its body like through it to leave. But does do so. Amaryllis, you're up next.
Dun. Freaking. I can just about see that.
Definitely disadvantage.
Definitely disadvantage. Yeah. I am going to drop the daggers. I'm going to pull out my short bow, and I would like to prepare. And actually, what's the distance on that?
Prepare to
I would
shoot
like
if
to
you see him.
prepare. See, when it goes into the light, I would like to fire at it so that I
Okay.
don't have advantage. Is the plan?
Torn.
1, 2.
So what's the range of it? Yeah, that'd be fine.
Turn's gonna. Actually, he doesn't need to. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What
He
are you
was
doing, Mr. Torn?
I'm going 1 down here so I can visage the man's, and then he extends a hand, and the nom abomination is engulfed in purple flame.
Oh, I have to roll. It
Now the
fails.
ball's in your court.
It fails.
Oh, glorious! 7 radiant damage.
Okay. The creature, noticeably, while it's on fire, the flesh starting to melt away, starts to lurch towards you again.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
I am going to run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. I can
think
go
it would
6, though.
survive that.
And
You are human.
you
I will
have
hit the
disadvantage
one
on these attacks.
above. Okay, I will hit the one above me.
You are plunged into darkness.
That sucks that I have
Really
disadvantage. That's why I
moved
came
into
up here.
darkness.
Welcome to
That's
human.
fine, though.
I suddenly feel very bad that I basically opted out of this fight.
Basically, it's like
12?
fighting with Richter in it anyway.
A 12?
To hit, that's a hit. Sorry, I
Awesome.
didn't see it.
Boys spewing.
That's okay.
poison.
The
8
literal
damage.
fighter is
Oof.
That's a big. Was that one on the front or the left?
On top of me? Like,
The zombie on top of me.
That rhymed.
Yeah.
every Friday night.
I thought you loved our Fridays. Alright. Zombies.
There's a
That makes
reason
him
I stopped
fart.
making eye contact, Ollie.
Zombies go. Torin, what's your AC? Zombie's gonna.
It's a big old.
You just get your shield in the way, and the hands are.
God.
Now Bella is gonna have to deal with the zombies on top of her.
She's getting double teamed by 2 zombies on top
What's
of
your AC, Bella?
Would you believe 84? It's 14.
That's so good because it's so far. It's so far up. If you just said 20, you'd be like, ha. 84 is pretty great. You managed to dodge out of the way that you just attacked, but the incredibly injured one that Amaris just attacked, grabs at you from the side and is going to deal 5 bludgeoning damage as it kind of like shoves you up against the rock wall, and you can't exactly see what's happening, but you can just the nails digging in and the bones crunching. Amaryllis.
Okay, well, that plan didn't work, so I'm just firing at disadvantage at the one that is trying to force Bella against a wall.
Uh-huh.
Get
Don't
away from
loot
me,
the zombies.
Weinstein.
Don't loot the zombies.
Wow, did I just manage to miss a zombie?
What
I
did you
managed to
roll?
miss a 6. I managed to miss a zombie.
Wow. Anything else you'd like to do?
Cry in the corner. No, I that ends my turn.
Torin. With a zombie beating on your shield. Zombie on
Taran
your lawn.
raises the shield, drops the shield, and hopefully it doubles over. He doesn't drop it, he lowers it. I should specify that one. Lowers
That's a
the
hit.
shield, and as its head comes down, smashes the mace onto the back of the skull. It's a little gnome boy as well.
Yeah, that is, yeah, exactly. And there is a crunch and kind of expelling of gas. Green. Yeah, exactly.
Miasma.
Just as it crumples completely.
Nice. Now let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man, that old. Belle, are you alright?
Been better.
Comedy.
I love how much you laughed at yourself then.
Laughing at us as a group. Everyone but Dean was involved.
Oh. I will hold my turn.
You just attacked.
I end.
And abort!
Neil needs a good sleep. Belle.
End.Neil.exe.
I'm going to attack the northern zombie there.
Right, I'm a zombie.
Everyone I've met from the north has pretty much been a zombie, so.
Okay, so now that there's light here,
You do not have disadvantage,
it's
no.
normal, right?
Yeah. It was disadvantage darkness, so you're good now.
okay.
It's something I often forget to do. That's a hit.
9 damage.
9 damage is good, but it's not quite calling and not quite a kill.
Okay. I'm going to also move
Of a note, Doxy,
here.
you've never taken advantage of your offhand when you're short sword attacking. You could put a dagger in the other hand, and then attack with your bonus action with that dagger.
Yeah, you Vale wannabe.
I've thought about it. I
remember we talked about it when we.
To my bonus for dashing and disengaging. I mean, I suppose I could equip it for just in case, but. And then
just
I
reminding
will,
you, because it's been a while.
and then I will disengage from this boy.
Yeah.
To move here.
No.
Yeah.
And that is my turn.
The zombie that you just attacked is going to slowly wheel around, but is going to get you, scraping at you with their long, distended nails for 4 damage. And this one is going to, the one lower is going to go and lurch forward. swing at Torin, but again, you just such a heavy thump against the shield, and even like some parts of the body like squelch and break as it just does a full body slam against Torin's shield. Amaryllis.
Dropping the short bow, picking up one of the daggers, and moving up to poke this this one.
It's a hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ian, is that you?
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Amaryllis
that's
just
it.
needs to multi-class rogue, apparently.
yeah.
That is a kill. That is like while it's like full body trying to mash against Torin's shield, you can just get up behind and just.
I like the image, but Amaryllis just still moves at a very slow pace and just goes.
Into the
So
perfect place.
silently.
And the thing just crumples. And...
I also enjoy that.
Torin.
Torn will run up here and take the shove action to knock it prone.
Okay.
So it can
It's athletics
resist
versus
with-
athletics.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
or acro if it wants. If it's any good.
It also got a 4, which means nothing happens.
Yay! That's so depressing.
That is very funny.
Your hands just kind of sink into its rotten.
No. He walks up
It's a
behind
shield
it and
bash, yeah.
smacks it over the back of the head with the shield,
Okay.
and it just goes. "Oh."
Its head just... You just break its neck, but it's a zombie, so it doesn't give a shit.
Oh well, I do nothing else. I smile at Bella.
Belle, your turn.
I'm gonna take advantage on this short sword attack here.
Well, at
And
least it was
thank
advantage.
goodness I did.
That's a hit.
And I get my sneak attack
Yours.
Ooh, that's
for
vicious damage.
13 total damage.
And you can take that zombie down, defeating the undead menace. And with that, we're going to take a little bit of break.
Oh,
Uh,
goodness,
Yeah.
I must pinkle mock
Oh
him.
god, yeah, me too. all this tea and tense
All this
negotiations
talk of zombies.
with grumpy known daddy.